Hello, friends. Cheryl here with Inked Pulp. I'm excited. I went live a little bit early because I know some people don't come in until they see the note that I've gone live. So I am so bit early because I know some people don't come in until they see the. I always forget to turn off my YouTube volume. Um, I'm so excited to be bringing this to you guys, all done and ready to go and ready to ship off to Miss Catherine. Um, this is the cover. I'm not going to start in until we get. Oh, hi, April. Yeah, this is the 600 Subbie journal. I just finished it this morning. And I wanted to go live and do a walkthrough. I want to wait till we get a couple of people in here. Who else is in? I see somebody else has come in. Oh, looks like there's 4 here now. So if you'll say hi, I'd love for Catherine to be here. I sent her a separate note, but I don't know if she works outside the home or. Oh, hey, Cheryl. I haven't seen you on my channel in a while. So good to see you. We're going to walk through the finished journal for my 400 Subbie giveaway. Who else is here? So this is the cover. And as a reminder, when I was doing the fabric samples, oh, hey, Melody, Catherine had picked out this fabric as one of the fabrics that she wanted to get. And I thought it was so pretty. And since she picked it out, I knew she would like it. So I used this. Oh, hey, Valerie. I used this as the cover. And then I took this lace around the top, and it actually goes underneath this lace too. This is that, and this piece too. This is that antique lace that's over 100 years old. So it's really old. And then I took some doilies and cut them in half. I put one up here, one down here, decorated with some little half back pearls. Here we've got some little gems and another half back pearl. Then over here, I've got one of my metal pieces, the floral, and then I put a red gem to pull out the reds here, and then some very light purple around it to pull out the purple from here. Then I clipped on, I didn't know what to do up in this corner. I really wanted to put a book plate up here, but I didn't have one small enough. My book plates were all too big. So I clipped on a couple of metal pieces that, dangle. And I thought that finished it off. And then a couple of book corners. So that's the cover. Who else is here? I'm really hoping that Catherine gets here, but I'm going to go ahead and start. And then this piece of lace, folds over onto the back. So I didn't do a lot with the back. I took some sari silk, and now this is a chunky monkey. That's what Catherine said she wanted. I ended up putting 3 signatures in it. I had 2, and they were so big that I pulled some pages out and made 3. So there's 3 signatures in here, and they're held by elastic bands. So they're not sewn in because I want her to be able to, if she wants to sew them in, she can. If she wants to make a bigger cover with a bigger spine to hold the pages, she can. Or if she wants to rotate them in and out as she, chooses, she can do that. Um, so I just held it in with elastics. All right, are we ready to start looking at it? I'm seeing more people coming in, but I don't see more people talking. So now when it sits down, it sits up like this. So I'm going to have to hold it because it is a chunky one. All right, here we go. The inside cover, I did not do anything here. I was going to put pockets and something, but it is so chunky, I didn't do that. I thought if Catherine wants to put a pocket on there, she can. The lace continues on inside here from the outside. And then on the first page, it's just a decorative page. I just covered it. Oh, before I get started, let me remind you what her prompts were. So Catherine's prompts were laces, vintage ephemera, botanicals, stitching, and coffee dyed papers. So as we go through, you can see where that comes in. So here's the lace. I just did a decorative page. I coffee dyed this, was bright white and was too white, so I coffee dyed it and just decorated with some florals. The next page is a writing page, and on the writing pages, I did do some stamping, light enough that you can still write over it, but you know, giving it a little texture. Here's some more on the next page. Here's some more of that 100-year-old lace, a little flower. This piece of paper is on a belly band that I made with another piece of lace. Paper is vintage, and it is stamped. I bought it at a thrift store, and you'll see some more of, there's like 3 different papers in here. It's real thin, and it's stamped, and it's something you can use for writing, or she can put something more on it. I didn't want to add anything to it because it is, you know, the original vintage paper. On this page, I've got a top pocket, some ledger paper here, and then I've got a little card that tucks up into that pocket. Now this is the botanicals theme. On this side, I've got some paper that I splattered with inks. I've got some lace going down the side, and then I've got in the middle a little writing pad with a little tiny sticker down here, sticker on the front, and a tab on it. So that goes, and this paper pattern on here matches the pattern in the back. Okay, and then the lace going down the side. Another writing page, I have a couple of stamps and then a sticker here. This side is actually an envelope that I put in, cut off the end to, you know, make a pocket. So I just put some lace and some vintage ephemera, which is what she said she wanted. Now this tag says, "Today is a good day to try." I made this, I think, in one of my art before breakfast. It doesn't fit in, well, it would, I could push it in, but I like it like this. It's kind of sit in sideways in there, so you can see what's, oops, I'm out of camera, so you can see what's on the front. Okay. On the other side, I did some stenciling. I used the same stencil throughout the book. I made a little lace pocket, and I've got this little tiny tag with this little lady on it. And she's inside of that pocket. Over here, this is just a really grungied up page with a floral image just for decoration, and then some of that, again, that 100-year-old lace. Let you guys take a look at it. It's over 100. It's antique lace. I got a whole box of it. And I see there's a couple little glue spots. I'll go through that with my glue eraser before I send it out. Then we've got another writing page with just some little ink showing through from where I had inked the page on the other side. This is the middle of the first signature. I've got this little blue pocket. Got sort of the backgrounds again with the blues and yellows. I've got a couple of little tags that go in there. And then I've got a page tab in that same blue, and it's got a little button on it and some thread and some lace, but it's a little top page tab. Next page is a writing page, and instead of just making the whole thing, I took a piece of coffee dyed paper, which was one of her prompts, Stitching was also a prompt, so I sewed around this, left some threads hanging, and this is a writing paper. Another pocket, some more of that really old lace. I covered it with some, I think this is tissue paper, sticker, and then in here I've got a lace tab, and this is some vintage ephemera. Okay, so she can write on that. Got a little mushroom down there going along with the botanicals theme. Next page, this is my red page. I did a stamp in red on the back of that envelope, and then I had some really pretty brown lace to match, and I took some sari silk and wove it through there and put in this little matching tag. And then there's another writing page, again, some of that stamping. And I tried to use pretty much the same stamp throughout. It's not all consistent, but pretty much. And then a little sticker to kind of pull in some of these colors from here. Oh, this is one of my favorite pages. So this has got a little pocket in it, and I've got some script paper behind. As you can see, this is from Your Creative Studios. I've got a little corner pocket with a flower on it. This is vintage papers that I got at a thrift store. It's a little note card on this one. I don't know if you can see, but the pink, those are picot flowers. Those are hand stitched. And then I've got this little notepad, and again, ooh, those are coming up. Maybe I'll kind of glue those down a little bit. And then these leaves are hand drawn, but the little flowers are picot stitches. What do they call this? It's not picot. What's the stitch? Not it's a type of crochet. I'll think of it. But anyway, those go in there. So those are little handmade note cards. And then this page has just a, it's a paper clip, a decorated paper clip, so she can put something up in there or write on that, but it's just a decorated paper clip. The next page, again, I stenciled with that same stencil, another lace pocket, and then this, she liked vintage ephemera, so this is Norman's tomato sauce, is what this one is, and that just fits down in there. On this side, I've got so this has got a teacup on the back. I've got a paper clip here. This is an envelope with very vintage, with a teapot and then a teacup on the flap. I did not put anything in the envelope. I still like the pocket tuck. Yeah, so that is just, and then she can write on the back page if she, or underneath if she wants. So this just pins on here like this. That's an envelope. On the other side, I just glued down some vintage ephemera. And this marks the end of the first signature. So what do you guys think? You like it so far? It's very eclectic. It's not all botanicals, it's not all Victorian. It's got a little bit of everything in it. What do you guys think? Lots of ideas used. I still like the pocket, and I'm not sure what you mean by the pocket tuck. You'll have to tell me which, this one or the one up front. There were a few of them. All right, let's go into the second signature. So this one starts with a pocket as well. This is one of my favorite techniques. I put some, this is tissue paper with the writing on it. And then I tore these pieces and put them, you know, on the outside. So, you know, it looks like all one piece, but it is not. And then this, I actually had folded the paper up. It was longer. I folded it up and then back over again, so it forms this little lip. And I put a piece of paper down, and then I had this little trim in my trim box. Isn't that sweet? That was on some netting, and I just cut it out of the netting, sewed down the flap, and put some extra lace down there. So that's got all kinds of fun stuff. And then I've got an old label that's out of Your Creative Studios box. I've got some tags that I made quite a while ago that are both in the botanical theme. Okay. Next page is just a writing page. This is one of my favorite pages too. So I've got this little, and this came out of an old newspaper. This little image here of the ladies sitting around the table. And I put some lace, a little lace skirt on it. I put a little ticket tag in there. And the background again is stenciled with that same stencil. And this is just a tuck. This is not a full pocket. It's just a tuck. And then this is one of my coffee dyed 3x5s where I stamped this little girl reading a book. I put some other stamping around it, and then it's got lines on it for writing. Okay, and that's just in there. Next page, I stenciled some daisies on the back to match the daisy lace trim at the bottom. And this is just trim, there's no pocket. This is the same thing where the page is folded up from the bottom and then folded over to make a strong little ridge. This little tuck is another one of my 3x5 cards. It's got a library card pocket on the front with two tiny little tags in it. And it goes in there. On this side, this pocket, this was a lot of fun. This is torn from one of those spiral notebooks. And so it's got still part of the spiral stuff. And then I had decorated it. I made that a long time ago, stapled on a little ticket. And then I've got this tag, and I've got the bunched up. I was playing with, you know, bunching up the threads, making a messy thread area, and two little kids in that pocket. All right, on this side, I have a glassine bag. Take this out. I have a glassine bag. It's got lace on it, and it's got this lady on it. And there was extra space on the side, and I didn't want that. So I just took a piece of ribbon, and I just glued down a piece of ribbon. Okay, and then I've got this little tag, little butterfly on it. It's not really the botanical theme, but I didn't have another one that would fit in there. Oh, let me show you what I did here. So I've talked about this before, where I took a piece of twine. This twine had a lighter thread in it and then a more tan color. After I made the lark's head knot, I unwound the individual threads and fanned them out. So, you know, the whole twine piece is like a solid piece of twine, but I fanned them out. On this side, look at this little tiny bulldog clip. Isn't that cute? This is, oops, it got stuck just a little bit when I glued down the other side. Okay, this is an envelope. It's got some lavender on it. And the reason I clipped it on is because it had such pretty stuff on the back as well. And then inside this envelope is a piece of writing paper. I stamped some flowers on it. I put a tab on it. And I guess that's as far as it opens up. And that's something that can be journaled on. And it goes down in here. The flap goes over the top. Please let me know as I'm going through if you're seeing stuff that you really love, because as I'm doing some of my other things, I can incorporate more. So on the other side of that, here's more of that really old lace and a flower. This is a fabric flip. So there's a writing space underneath. And that pretty fabric that really matches over here. And then over here, we've got some pretty pink lace, more of this old lace that actually matches this one up here. And then the flowers match too, so they tie in a little bit. And then this is, I was thinking it was a double. Oh, no, I know what this is. This is one of those new Tim Holtz frames that I put a card inside, and then I put some book page behind it. So these little strings, it came this way. So that's one of the new Tim Holtz frames. If you think about getting those, they're really neat. Another writing page with just the stenciling. My three ladies, and they all match here. We've got kind of the yellows and browns, and then I've got a little of the robin's egg blue in there. And then I've got, here's another one of my 3x5 cards. This one's got sunflowers. And then I've got this journaling card that fits down in there. A little button down here on a tiny little doily. And then on this side, there's a lot here. I've got some of these leaves that were used, that Tim Holtz die that cuts leaves that are like eaten by worms. They've got little holes in them. So I'll put a couple of those up there, stapled them on. I've got a little piece of cheesecloth with just a number here. This is another one of those pockets where the paper folds up and back over. And I did some stitching, put some trim, and then I've got some lace at the bottom as well. Okay. And then we've got this in there. This is a little scrappy pad that she can write on. Okay. And we sewed on a little card, and I put a whale tail punch, a whale tail tab. And this is just, I thought this was so pretty. I didn't do anything to it. It's just a playing card. But I thought it went really well with the colors and the botanical. And then we've got another writing page, and I put a page tab on. I made this recently. This has just got little bits of fabric and lace and paper and ribbon, and just sewed it down the middle, and I put that on as a page tab on the side. Okay, another little writing page, and on this one I put a little crochet lace with a gold button and some thread. Okay, here's another one of those pockets with some of the tissue paper with the ads on it, and then some ladies on the front. And then in the inside, we've got this. I've got a couple things in there. This opens up. It's a double, so stitched all around. It's a double journal card. And then this is just a piece of old ephemera. This is real ephemera. It's stamped on the back from 1904. This is a check for $30. Or no, $1,043.30. There we go. So this is a piece of vintage ephemera because she said she liked that, and I just thought I'd stick it in there. And then on the other side, I like how the little button shows through up here. This is a belly band. This is a piece out of Your Creative Studios that this is out of Your Creative Studios, and I decorated it with some lace and papers and stuff, and I just made it a belly band with that little writing spot on back. So that's just a little belly band. And then over here, this is just a little short piece of paper, and I put some lace in the background. This is a stamp I have. I stamped it, and then I cut out the inside to make it a frame and put the three little ladies in there. So that's just a decorative page. Oh, this is from Norwood and Saint something. This is a railroad piece of paper. I made a tuck spot here, so it's, open at the top, and put just a little mushroom tag in it. And then on this side, this is the same lace that's around the outside. Just a lady drinking her tea, and I used some of that really old lace again to put behind the Imagine. And I made a pocket out of it. And then inside the pocket, again, I'm going to have to make some more of these, is another one of my little 3x5 cards. It's decorated on the front. Okay. On the back, writing page. I put some lines on this. I saw somebody else do this, and I thought it was really cool with little dots on the end of the line. So that's a writing page with some little mushrooms on it. Oh, we're into the third signature now. I didn't note when we switched, but another writing page with, again, that same stamp. Here's the other side of that railroad page, and I did the same thing here as I did on the other side. So on this one, I put a little tag in there with a little pocket, and then I did the same thing over here. Put a little pocket on it, and I didn't ink up the edges of all the papers. Certainly Catherine can do that if she wants to. And then we've got the green page. So this is some green paper that came in Your Creative Studios. This also was in Your Creative Studios. This is coming up a little bit, so I need to make sure that's down. And then here's a little tag I made that fits in there. Or did I not? No, that was supposed to be a pocket all the way down. So I will go back and make sure that's sealed down. Here's another one of the belly bands that I made out of a bookmark from Your Creative Studio. And I just used it as a decoration on here. I didn't make it a belly band, but it was a decoration. This is another one of the envelopes. And inside, we've got this little tag. Some writing space on the back. On the back of it, I took a piece of lined paper for writing and put just a little sticker on there. And then this last page is an open pocket, so something could go in there. The front is also a pocket, and that is some more vintage ephemera. And then that just goes in there at an angle. The last page is a writing page, and then the inside cover. So that's it. That's my 600 Subbie, and I'm almost at 700 now. I don't tie this super tight because I'm afraid that the sari silk will come off because it's not super heavyweight, but it's a chunky gal. What do you guys think? Oh, thank you, Melody. You think Catherine will like it? I hope so. It's got all sorts of things sticking out the sides up, and just some fun things. It looks like there's one pocket I need to go back and glue down. But other than that, it's ready to go. So there you go, ladies. I'm going to get back to, I've had this stuff all over my desk to finish this. And then I had the tassel stuff and April Durden, if you're still here, your tassels went out today. I thought I could get them in the mail yesterday, but I missed it. Chunky is always better. Well, this one is chunky, no doubt about that. So, so anyway, that's it, and I'll get this off in the mail to her, and then we'll keep on. I definitely won't do another journal at 700 because I'm almost there, and I just did this. I'll probably wait till the 1,000, and then I'll make a maybe a bigger journal, or I'll figure out something to do. So that's it. I thank you for coming to watch. It was fun. I'm glad it's done because I felt like it was just hanging over my head to get it done. And so it is done now, and it's going to head off to its new home, and we'll get started on another project. All right, ladies, you all have a wonderful day. I appreciate you coming and watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.